Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
All right, everyone, what's going on? Welcome to your Tuesday night episode of Unscripted, live episode number 359, closing in on 365, oh so close, first episode of August of the year, and I am ready to talk a lot of sports today, a lot of baseball with my boy, Jay McLovin. What's going on, man?
Bro, you have no idea how pumped up I am for this episode, probably more than any other episode. I think I've been pumped up. I'm pumped up for this specific episode because there's a lot of friends of mine that are Astros fans that I love dearly, but I classify them as casual fans because they just don't understand the game. More than just paying and watching on TV, they just don't understand the game. Billy Buzz, my boy, it's good to see you. But Logan, we got a lot to talk about, bro.
Hey,
we got a lot to talk about.
And Jay, we're not alone. Joining us is our boy, Frankie the Yankee. Of course, check him out. He had a show earlier today, Frankie the Yankee Show. What's going on, buddy? How you been? It's been a minute.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today?
Glad
doing
you guys pretty are doing well, great. My friend.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're doing great, Logan.
I know you aren't.
Yeah, I'm really glad you're doing great too, Jay. Yeah, I'm really glad.
Hey, Frankie, you know I love you.
No, I know you do. I know. Listen, I'm letting it be known right now to both you and Jay, Logan. Okay. I am not doing a goddamn close to home segment. The Yankees don't got no goddamn given right for me to give them a goddamn close to home segment.
All right, I will take that into account, Frankie. So before we get right into that, though, check us out on social media: Facebook Unscripted, X or Twitter.com, whatever you want to call it. Unscripted guys. Frankie's putting in some good work over there. And of course, check us out TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Unscripted Sports. So, like Frankie mentioned, he is going to be sitting this one out. But Jay, we're going home, baby, close to home.
Close to home Jay. Segment from Unscripted. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
I know. It gets me excited, too, but it hits me right in the vagina.
It's like,
but Logan, put me on the big screen. Let's go.
All right. Jesus Christ. 10 minutes.
Hey, I don't know. We're going to try to get 10 minutes, Logan. I might go a little over. First of all, before I get into all of the trade deadline, I just want to give you a kind of an understanding of where the Astros are right now. Right now, we're 60-47. We're half a game behind Texas Rangers. We're 4 games behind Tampa Bay as the number 1 seed in the wild card. So, Houston Astros, we are sitting pretty. Honestly, we really are. We're sitting pretty. Look, we played Cleveland tonight. We won last night. I'm going to get into last night here in a second. Tomorrow, and then we got none other than my boy who doesn't want to talk about his team, but we're going to talk about his team. We're not really so much. But, Frankie, I do got you. Next series is you, baby. You're here in Houston. I'm going to try everything I can to get all the money I got to go to this game. We do play the Yankees after the Cleveland Indians, and oh, my God, am I excited about all of this. But before we get into that, Texas has the White Sox for 3 games, and then starting tonight they had the White Sox. Then they play the Marlins, and then they had the A's. I'm telling this because to say this, they have a shit schedule. Okay, not to make excuses, because I'm not making excuses for anybody, but let's just call it what it is. When you're playing sub 500 teams, it kind of makes you look a little bit better than what you really are. And when the only 500 team you got in the next 3 series is the Marlins of all teams, okay, bruh, do you, boo-boo, do you. I'm going to do what I do, because I got the Yankees. I just came off Tampa. Before that, I came off of Texas. I got the Yankees, and then I got Baltimore not far down the line amongst a plethora of other 500-plus teams and division winners. That's who I got to play. I know Texas is playing, but I'm playing above 500. I don't play the pussy teams. I play the real teams. That's who the Astros play.
Hey, chill.
Pardon my French. I apologize. Logan, bring it back down.
Bring it in, buddy. There you go.
Bring it back down. Okay. So Cleveland versus the Astros. We beat them 7-3. Syndergaard, who just got traded over from the Dodgers to Cleveland, went up against J.P. France. I told Frankie how good J.P. France is. And Syndergaard went 5.1 innings. He went 5.1 because he got hit in the back leg by a ball that came off. I forget whose bat it was, but it came off the bat. They took him out the game. He went 5.1 with 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks. France gave you 7 innings. Go figure, because that's what France does. As a rookie, he's giving you 7+ innings just about every night he goes out as a rookie. He went 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Syndergaard gets hit by the ball, taken out. And who do they bring in? Morgan. Morgan comes in, gives you 3 hits, 3 runs, leaves out. Who comes in? Sandlin. Sandlin comes in, gets the last strikeout, ends the inning in the 5th. And then, of course, we go on to do what we do. Cleveland, again, relieves and the Cleveland relievers give up 6 runs. Cleveland's bullpen is dog poo-poo. They gave up 6 runs. We gave up 7, or they gave up 7 hits total, 7 runs, and that's how that game comes to an end. I do want to point out that Alvarez got 3 runs off of a home run, 3 RBIs off of a home run in the game, and then Yanier Diaz went 2 for 3. By the way, a lot of people don't understand exactly how good Yanier Diaz is playing, but Jay hitting that bottom. No, Jay ain't hitting after. You know what? That actually is a good reason, but we're going to get at here in just a second, Billy. But I want to point out Yanier Diaz is probably one of the best prospects to come up. And I didn't see this coming. I really didn't. And anybody knows me says that when Vasquez went off to, and I believe it was Chicago or Cubs or whoever he went off to, I was a little worried that Maldonado couldn't hold down the reins with Corey Lee. By the way, Corey Lee was traded later on for Graveman, if you know that. But Yanier Diaz, this man is amazing. Amazing. And he's coming up and he's doing what he's supposed to. He's hitting better over 200, which is incredible. And if you know Yanier Diaz, he is our future catcher in the making. So Dana Brown, I was a little upset that you let Vasquez go, but at the same time, I'm going to give you your due props. Logan, you know, because Dana Brown was on your boys' team not too long ago. We got him from you. So you know Dana Brown. You know what Dana Brown does. And I didn't know Dana Brown like that. But now that I'm starting to watch Dana Brown more and more, I'm starting to get on board the Dana Brown train. Because when Click, which is the Astros' former GM, got let go, I was a little concerned because Click is the one that has kept us in this for a long period of time. And I wasn't sure that Dana Brown could pick up where Click left off, but he has. He has in a big, big way. Again, he brought back Graveman, which shows up the back end of our rotation. Tonight, real quick, we got Williams with a 3.35 ERA, 1.30 whip, going against Framber Valdez with a 3.29 ERA and a 1.14 whip. I fully expect the Astros to get the second win tonight. I'm hoping by some metric that the White Sox could come out and beat the Rangers and let us take over first place where we rightfully belong. And everybody knows we rightfully belong in first place. And we will claim that 70 wins before the Rangers claim that. Oz, I'm telling you right now, in front of everybody, we're going to get to 70 much, much sooner before you do. Having said that, like I said before, we have the tougher schedule in Texas. Everybody knows we got a tougher schedule in Texas. Can we get there? The majority of the remaining schedule against teams above 500 favors Houston. We have much more 500 plus, if not division leader play, than what Texas has. So that kind of tells you who's getting the tough and who's getting the easy. So I promise you, Houston Astros, defending world champions, we're going to defend it with everything we got, and we're playing a much tougher schedule than what Texas even thinks they're getting. Verlander versus Gilbert. I want to get that real super quick, and then I'm out of here, and we'll talk, and then I'll let Logan go. But Verlander versus Gilbert, Giancarlo, Chris, Liz, Laura, anybody else out there in my friends group that thinks that this was a bad deal? Yes, Gilbert is a decent prospect out of Tennessee. He's not that great. He's all right. He's not that great. We got him at like 29, 20, 30. He's all right. Clifford. I don't even know who Clifford is. I didn't know we even had Clifford. But that's what we gave up for Verlander. We got Verlander, I swear to God, on the super cheap. New York Mets will eat the majority of that contract. I'm in the win now mode. Chris, Liz, I love you guys. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm in the win now mode. I want to get these titles now. I don't know that if Brantley Gilbert comes up that he can give me a title 4-5 years from now. I'm in the win now. I'm in the here. I'm in the now. Right now we got opportunity to win the World Series, and we need everybody on board to win that, and that's what Verlander does, and we got him on the cheap. Okay, Logan, I'm out.
Jay, well said. I'm getting to my segment here. And Frankie, as you said, you're not going to be participating close to home. I'm sure you're going to save your resentment for maybe tomorrow's show on Frankie the Yankee Show. You got to check that one out at noon. So, like I said, stay tuned for that one. But let me get into my segment here real quick. Jay, like I said, well said. Braves made a small deal at trade deadline, picked up Brad Hand over from the Colorado Rockies. Second trade in 2 weeks that the Braves have made with Colorado. They got a reliever last week. They got a reliever this week. So Hand, not the greatest season. 4.54 ERA and 40 appearances this season in Colorado. But that is a hitter's ballpark. But something interesting, though, guys, he is an absolute stud against left-handed batters, holding them to a 143 average on the season. So he is definitely going to be that specialist that you bring in there. Certain occasions, if you need to get a batter or two out, you won't see him a whole lot. He's been around the league for quite some time. This is now his ninth team, his sixth since 2020, and now this completes his entire journey in the NL East. He's been with every team in the division now. So the Braves completed that. Other than that, not much else made. I knew they weren't going to really make a whole lot of moves. I just knew they were going to bolster up their bullpen. They got Nicky Lopez from the Royals the other day. He's going to be kind of that backup guy that you need. He's not really much of a hitter. He's more of that defensive guy with a little bit of speed and pop in terms of just contact. But like I said, he's not going to be your starter. He's going to be a backup guy that you put in there for guys, for a pinch runner, a guy who needs a break. You can throw him in there. So like I said, not any major moves. I wasn't expecting them to make any major moves. So I wasn't thinking they were going to get like a major guy. But because, like I said, their roster's been good. They said they had a slow start coming out of this second half of the All-Star break. Fell to the Angels last night. I blame my friend who went to that game. I texted him. I said, hey, man, if we lose, this is on you. Now, he's not the game tonight, so I expect them to win this one. But like I said, overall, still doing well. Still have the largest lead in any division in the league. Still have the best record currently. And like I said, not hitting that panic button like I mentioned to Jay last week. Even though we're slow out of the gates, it's not like we're dropping every single game. Like I said, hopefully we can get a win tonight. And we have the series finale tomorrow. We do have Spencer Strider on the bump tonight. That's our ace. I'm expecting him to do great things as he's done the entire season. He's always topped in the leagues in strikeouts. Hopefully the Braves can continue to get him some run support. Acuna, Olsen, Albies, all those guys. We're all healthy. We're all rocking. Just hope we can get it good. They just had a good pitching matchup last night. Did the Angels. They hit 3 solo home runs against Morton, who's been on and off this year. It's been, just kind of hit and miss. But not much you can really do about that. Just hope you can bounce back, come back tonight, get the win, and even up the series going into the finale tomorrow. But like I said, not much expected for the trade deadline. Picked up a few small pieces. Hopefully we can bolster up that bullpen. Everyone's coming back healthy. You got some starters. You got Freed. You got Wright working in the minors. Hopefully they can get them back sooner rather than later. And like I said, getting ready for that postseason push, and hopefully everyone can just stay healthy on the field and ready to go into October. Because, like I said, we've had this one locked up for quite some time, and we're still looking well. And I know we're going to talk about it a little bit, fellas, but you can't help but just laugh at the New York Mets. You really can't. You really can't.
You really can't.
No,
you really can't. You really can't. Logan, I just want a couple of seconds here. I just want a couple of seconds here. Number one, to acknowledge your Braves as the number 1 team in the league. Hey, look, rightfully so. You're number 1. Baltimore is number 2. By the way, Houston's getting ready to play Baltimore. Pretty much right after we play the Yankees. We got Baltimore coming up right behind them.
Great series.
I'm telling you, hey, look, that's a series. Logan, I'm looking forward to Baltimore.
Oh, God, if you're a baseball fan, you need to watch that one.
Bro, listen, and there's no doubt, right? You got the defending champs against the number 1 team in the AL right now. If you look at the record, they're the number 1 team in the AL. Yeah. I'm going to recognize that. So let's recognize it is for what it is. You got the defending champs against the number 1 team in the AL getting ready to go after it after we take on our ALCS rivals that we took on last year. So if you're not looking at the next 2 series that the Astros are playing, you're missing out on a lot of good quality storylines and baseball. But I want to talk real quick, Logan. I just want about 2 to 3 minutes of time real quick. And this is for you and Frankie to both comment on, because I am curious to get both of your perspectives on this. I had a friend of mine that said, "Oh, Jay, we're going to get Shohei Ohtani next year and in free agency." And I'm like, and he said to me, quote unquote, he's going to be our outfielder. And I'm like, bruh. And I'm like, bruh, you understand that he wants $60 million a year, probably over 10. He's a $600 million guy. He really legitimately is the next $600 million guy. And Logan, you can't make this up. This man tells me, "Jay, we'll give him $60 million to play the outfield." Really? You're going to give him $60 million? Aaron Judge, and this is where Frankie comes into the loop. Aaron Judge gets $40 million. Aaron Judge gets $40 million a year. And you tell me that Shohei Ohtani, as an outfielder, not a pitcher, as an outfielder and as an outfielder only, even though he is hitting 305, I'm going to give him his props. He's hitting 305. You really think a guy that's hitting 305 deserves $60 million at one position? And that's the argument. He wants to give this guy $60 million to play the outfield at one position, and he thinks the Astros would do that. And I'm like, the Astros are never going to pay $60 million for any one person to play the outfield. It's just not going to happen. But that's the argument that I've had in the chat group. Logan, you go first. Frankie, you go second. I want both of your thoughts on this argument.
No, Jay, I'm going to keep this quick so I can let Frankie get into it. But if I'm paying a dude $60 million a season, I need him to play both positions. You know what I mean? I mean, he's shown that he can do it. Like you said, he is more well-versed as an outfielder. Like I said, he's not like an awful pitcher or nothing. He's decent. He's commendable. But he is a better hitter than pitcher. We all recognize that. But if I'm giving him 60 racks, I need both.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty well said.
Exactly.
Now, it will be interesting to see later on in his career if he transitions into either one or the other. That could be something that could be developed over time, though. I'm not saying we're anywhere close to that, but maybe in a couple of years we could look at that and say, hey, is he going to choose one position as his body gets older and as, quote unquote injuries or just wear and tear gets to him? It remains to be seen. But no, if I'm paying a guy $60 million, a contract that we have not seen to that magnitude yet, and I'm sure we're going to have it one day for a lot of other guys. But if I'm breaking the bank for someone, whether it be Houston, Atlanta, New York, LA, any team, I need this guy, specifically Ohtani, because he's the only guy in the league who can do it, to play at both spots. Frankie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Shohei's like worth. He's an amazing player, obviously. In my theory and in my eyes, I think he's the best baseball player to play the game today.
Right.
But I wouldn't go out and say that he's a $60 million player. Yeah, he's a fantastic hitter. He's a fantastic pitcher. Let's go, Aaron Judge.
It is okay to say that, Frankie. It's okay because Aaron Judge gave me 60 home runs. Shohei, as a pure hitter, has not done that. He's only gotten half of that, and I agree with. That's what I try to tell my friends. I'm like, look, you can't give this guy $60 million only to be an outfielder. He's only worth $60 million if he's an outfielder or a DH and a pitcher, and he can't be an outfielder and a pitcher, so he has to be a DH pitcher only. That's the only way he gets $60 million, Frankie. And people don't understand that shit.
Hey, and Jay, I will say just real quick, Frankie, I'm curious to see that if he does go to a better team, if his pitching will improve in terms of the defense behind him. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, the Angels are the Angels. We've talked about their struggles. But if he does go to a better team with a better lineup in terms of hitting, I'm curious to see how his pitching would excel. So that's also something to watch out for in the future. But, Frankie, anything else you got to finish?
Yeah, I give his pitching is fantastic. And
yeah, no, it's still solid.
He gets a slide this year because the man literally was pitching with a messed up thumb. I forgot what it was. I know Jay knows what it was, but I think it was like what the hell is it called?
Like a fracture, blister.
No, blister. He had a
blister. It was a blister. He had a blister. He had a
blister. And you only get a blister when you're pitching phenomenal. Honestly,
right.
Like
you throw it.
He's doing fantastic things. He's doing things that we've never seen before. I honestly, and you guys couldn't think that I'm crazy for saying this, but if Aaron Judge is getting $40 million a year, Shohei Ohtani definitely deserves to get at least 45 to close to $50 million a year. Shohei Ohtani, he's that good. He really is.
Yeah, I mean he's leading the league in home runs. He's almost got 40.
And I understand with Jay's part on Aaron Judge playing the outfield and Shohei Ohtani's the DH pitcher stuff, but realistically, what other pitcher can you name in the league today that's also hitting phenomenally? Not pitching great, but hitting phenomenally. There isn't.
Zach Greinke,
20 and that's the thing. That's the thing. When I look at Shohei Ohtani, there is one phrase that has always come to mind my entire life, and I think it fits Shohei Ohtani perfectly.
What was that?
Shohei is a jack of all trades, but a master at none. And what I mean by that is Shohei can hit and Shohei can pitch, but he's not a master at either one of those positions versus other guys that are at that position. In other words, he's not the best pitcher and he's not the best hitter. He's right underneath the best of each of those two categories. So he's a jack, but not a master. And you can't pay a master's salary at one position. You can only pay a jack salary at either position. Now, if you want to give him designated hitter and pitcher, absolutely $60 million. I got a problem with that one bit. But if you're going to tell me he's a hitter and you're going to tell me he's better than Aaron Judge, no fucking way.
Hey,
Aaron Judge got $40 million. Aaron Judge got $40 million to play the outfield. I think Shohei Ohtani comes in at $30 to $35 million as the outfield position. If you want to put him as strictly a pitcher, he's not the best pitcher either. So I think you give him again $30, $35 million at the pitcher position. Now, if you want to put him at both, then he accommodates the $60 million. Does that make sense?
Yep. We're good, man. All right.
What a time to be alive. What a time to freaking be alive, man. Let's go.
Right. Keeping it with baseball here, we got our immaculate grid. As you know, we put the teams in, put the names in, and we try and get it perfect as we can be. Jay, your Astros are on here. You better not screw this one up, brother.
I hope I don't. God, I hope I don't.
All right. So, Jay, we'll start obviously with your Astros. Put the pressure on you. Mariners and Astros. Who you got?
Fuck me.
Oh, he's choking.
I hate this game already.
All right. How about
I know
let's go off with
Astros
it easy.
guys. I just don't know if I
How
know.
about this? How about this? An Astro who stole 30 plus stolen bases. In a
Okay,
season.
let's go that direction. Jesus, because I don't know if I
All
know
right.
rosters on the Mariners or the Seattle. 30 plus bases or stolen bases a season. I'm gonna go shit. Hold on, time out.
Craig Biggio?
No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And Frankie, feel free to chime in as well.
Yeah, Frankie, feel free to chime in.
No, I'm not chiming in. This is
You know what?
Seattle,
No,
Houston.
you know what? You know what?
What?
There's not a whole lot of quick guys out there. Michael Bourne is the first one that comes to my mind.
I know he.
So for that reason and that reason only, because of his speed, I don't know that Biggio is quite fast enough to get 30. So I'm gonna go Michael Bourne. Let's try it out.
You got it. 8%, brother. All right, good work. Good work.
Fuck me.
One down. One down. All right.
That was hard.
Might as well keep with the stolen bases here. Toronto Blue Jays. Now, Ricky Henderson did play for them for a small amount of time. Should we go with Ricky?
This is just for stolen 30
I don't think
bases.
we go against Ricky. I think Ricky is always a guaranteed.
Yeah, it's 30 plus stolen bases in a season. And Ricky did play there, I think, maybe 1 or 2 years, I forget. In somewhat in the 90s.
What about Bo Bichette?
Ooh, go newer? I'm fine with Bo. We can go with Bo.
Bo Bichette has been dominant for the Blue Jays.
Let's see. Bo Bichette. Nope. We did not get Bo Bichette. Dang, okay.
Definitely not Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's freaking
No,
slow.
no. We got to go a little bit older.
Hey, real quick. Hey, real quick. No, actually, not real quick. I was thinking Astros in Toronto for a common player. Don't worry about that. Fuck me. Damn it. No, I'm still gonna go Astros, and I'm still gonna go Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay. Who you got?
For some reason, I feel like it's a pitching. issue.
Hey, Jay, I got you. Go old school. How about Randy Wolf?
Yes, thank you. Because I felt like it was pitching that we shared between the two of those guys.
That dude played from 99 to 15. Show me the money. There we go. Point.
Yeah, Logan. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to put Jay back on the screen. I believe he's looking at his phone right now, cheating.
No, I'm not. I'm seriously not. But I knew it was pitching. I felt like the Astros and Brewers shared a pitching prospect.
So
we were talking Blue Jays, and then all of a sudden Jay comes out of nowhere like,
no. Okay, look, if it was Astros or Blue Jays, you already know it's Springer because Springer plays for Blue Jays.
We don't.
That's an easy giveaway. Okay, so let's not go there.
Okay. Also, we can go ahead and fill out the 30 plus stolen bases. Mike Trout, right, for the Angels.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going that route. I definitely do, and I definitely think for Toronto, I think we go Vladimir Guerrero. Period.
No. Wait. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Stolen bases?
Oh shit! My bad. Stolen bases. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but his fat ass is not stealing bases.
Yeah, no, Vladdy.
No. I know. I'm hitting more stolen bases. My bad.
Dang. Okay. So who are some quick guys who played for the Blue Jays? I know Ricky did, but I don't know if he played there. You know what I mean? He was there for like a season or two, so I'm not super confident, even though it is Ricky freaking Henderson.
I know Josh Donaldson played there during his MVP
Nah, he didn't.
season.
He didn't got those steals though.
Yeah, I don't know that. I know he had some young legs though. So, but I know for a fact it's not Josh Donaldson. It probably is Ricky.
Oh,
I don't know, man. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm gonna go Ricky. I'm just gonna.
All right, let's shoot for Ricky. If it isn't, then I don't know who it is. Honestly, man. Come on, Henderson. Show me Ricky. Nope, it was not Ricky. He didn't get it done in Toronto.
You know what? That's okay. Hey, look, I'm going to take that loss.
Sorry, but let's try. Jay, let's at least try and get this one figured out here with Houston and Seattle. Who's some guys who went from your division to your other division rival? That's kind of trying to think. Probably position players, if I had to guess.
And that's it. Like, who we talking about at the
who has played for the Astros and the Mariners.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, God. Frankie, do you have any clue? Any earthly idea?
I'm gonna go with Lee Smith. I'm taking
Lee
a
Smith?
wild. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is straight up a Houston guess. I'm gonna go Lee Smith between Houston and Seattle.
All right, Lee Smith.
And this is a guess, by the way.
Nope, no Lee Smith.
Damn it!
Ah.
I got 3.
Jay's letting them down. You got 3 more guesses. We're just gonna focus on this one.
You got a bunch of teams on here. I give no damn.
You don't really
about.
care for, yeah.
I really, for one, I don't care about the
man.
Astros. I hate the Angels are no thought of. The Brewers, like I forgot they were even in the baseball league.
You got the Brewers even around.
We're not even going to talk about Seattle. We call them the losing city. And then the Blue Jays are my rivals. I don't even pay attention to the Blue Jays.
All right, Jay, you got 3 more guesses to get an Astro and a Mariner.
Come on, Jay. This is your team. And
I know it's my team, but damn, this is hard. I'm trying to think about Kendall Graveman.
Oh.
I don't know why I'm going to say this to you.
Okay.
But I'm going to fucking say it, and if it happens, it happens.
Chill.
Kendall Graveman. And if it don't happen, it don't happen. And I suck. No, shit. No. Jay. We're not going to go Randy Johnson because Billy Buzz said it. Billy Buzz, you are correct. Damn it. Randy is correct. But I'm still going Kendall Graveman. And I'm going to ride that shit out. No. Don't put Randy Johnson in there.
All right.
Because it is correct. Don't put that shit.
So, hey, so it might not be Graveman since he just got traded, but let's see.
It don't matter. Put that shit in there.
All right.
Thank you, motherfucker.
Hey, Jay, chill, dude. Come on. All right, Frankie, what's up next?
All right, I'll chill. I'll be quiet.
Let's go. You know what? Let's go real odd. Something that we barely even know or barely even see. Exactly, right there. Blue Jays and Milwaukee Bucks.
Brewers, close enough. Who cares, right?
Oh, yeah, Brewers, my bad.
Brewers, Bucks, tomato.
Yeah, Blue Jays and whatever. Let's see, I told you, I forgot they were even in MLB.
Ooh.
See, that's a tough one because
that is.
That's
really
like a game that nobody even pays attention about.
Well, I'm trying to think. For some reason, I'm thinking like just a fielder. You know what I mean? Like an infielder, outfielder. I have no earthly idea who, though. Like, when you think of just some of the... What about Paul Molitor? Did he ever play for Toronto?
Oh, that's a good question. Paul Molitor. I got Paul Molitor.
Give me Paul. At least I can get one out of here. All right, I'll take it. One more. Do you guys want to just... I don't know which... We can just take a shot here. Just an easy one we think we can get. We haven't done Angels. Angels.
Seattle and the Angels.
Also, same division. Don't see a whole lot of interaction with them. Oh, really racks your brain, Makes you think. Seattle and
Los Angeles. And you really have to go to Seattle baseball.
No, yeah, I mean they've had some rough teams. Well, who are some?
King Griffey was he didn't
play for the Angels. Though. He didn't play. Yeah, Griffey didn't do that.
Did he do it with Seattle and Toronto?
King Griffey never played for the Blue Jays,
and I don't think he did either. I'm just throwing that name out.
I got you. Oh man, Angels and Mariners. I'm sure someone's gonna come to mind. Not Frankie. Who's that dude y'all let go? Sanchez, Gary Sanchez. Did he play with both these teams like this year?
No, this year he played with.
I thought he played with one of these teams at least.
No, Gary Sanchez played with. Oh God. He didn't
the Mets,
the
right? The Mets.
I don't know. I don't think he played for the Angels.
Oh.
And let me ask you real quick.
Go ahead.
One more guess. What's that dude's name? The one that even played for the Yankees. Come on, Frankie. You know who played for the Yankees and also played for the Angels and Yankees. Oh, was that black dude? Come on, help me out here.
Can you give me a position?
Something.
No,
you're not giving
a
whole lot of good hints.
It's in my head. I can't get the name out. I can see
the position he plays.
Hold on. Reggie
Jackson.
Reggie Jackson.
I'm asking.
For the
I'm asking. But did he play for the Angels?
Yes,
what I'm going at.
Play for the yes, but
he played for, no, that's what I'm saying. So Reggie Jackson was an Angels guy.
Yes,
but not necessarily a Toronto or Seattle guy.
Exactly. So scratch him out.
Because Reggie was on the top of my list.
I'm trying to think.
It's really sad that like three of these teams, all on the same division, and Jay don't know nothing.
He did get all the he got the Astros ones right.
You played the other two.
So.
You played the Angels and you played the Seattle Mariners at least 13 times a season.
All right.
Me and Frank
I got one. I got one last.
All right. Who you got? Who you got?
Hey, you know what? I hate you guys, but I got one last, and this is only a guess. This is not necessarily in any way, a shape, or form.
And who is
but Seattle and Anaheim, I'm going to go Alvin Davis. If it's not there, I don't know what would be. I don't know what would be there.
I got no clue who this dude is, Jay. But you got him. I'll appreciate it. Hey, we got what we get 5, 3, 5. We got 6 and 9. Not too shabby, fellas.
You know what? We can't win them all, though. We can't win them all.
Who were the ones who stole bases for Toronto? Give me 1 second. Let me see. So
was Bjorn ever a Toronto Raptor? I'm thinking basketball. Blue Jay. Was he ever a Blue Jay? Was Michael Bjorn ever a Blue Jay?
I don't know. When I go to the Toronto Blue Jays all-time steals leader, Dave Collins had 60. Roberto Alomar had 55. I didn't know.
Roberto Alomar.
I didn't know he was like that.
Come on!
Let's say Shannon Stewart, Otis Nixon, Rajay Davis. Yeah, I don't know if we would have got
Alomar. Alomar should have. Oh God!
I didn't think Roberto Alomar. And then the other ones we didn't get were. Here's for the most popular answers, by the way. Teoscar Hernandez played for Blue Jays and Seattle. Randy Johnson, as we mentioned, as Billy Buzz Smith did for Houston and Seattle. Sean Figgins, I forgot all about that dude. He played for Anaheim and Seattle in the 2010s, early 2000s.
Jay, it's Jose Altuve. It's Jose Altuve, Jay. You didn't even know.
Okay. I forgot Zach Greinke. Yeah,
but you know what? I wasn't thinking Altuve.
Yep.
I wasn't thinking Altuve when I was thinking stolen bases. I was thinking Michael Bourne before.
You did get Michael Bourne. I mean, you did get that one. And then also another one we didn't get Hunter Renfroe. He played for Milwaukee and for the Angels. So that's our next grade. We got 6 and 9. Not too shabby. Like I said, we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best.
At the end of the day, I think this makes. Hey, you know what? At the end of the day, I think this makes us better, knowledgeable people, knowing stuff like this than not knowing stuff like this. So I'm good with that.
And like I said, whenever we get Dustin on one of these, aka Stat Guy, who also shameless plug here, check out his Stat Guy says number 6, asking the question: is the Big Ten setting up to be college football's premier conference? Great read. Check it out on our Facebook page. It was posted earlier on today. Go check that one out. But yeah, if we had him on here, man, we'd get this done in 5 minutes flat. I can guarantee.
No, but you know what though? At the end of the day, anybody that watches this podcast is just going to be that much smarter about sports.
I would hope so.
Going into next week, because we're talking about things, honestly, that I don't pay attention a lot to the Angels. I don't pay attention a lot to Toronto like I should. But they kind of really meshes the two together. And basketball, football, whatever, it's going to do the same thing. So, guys, if you're watching this show, you're going to learn like we learn. I promise you.
Jay, if people are coming away from this show thinking they've learned something, then, hey, that's a win for me. But let's keep it moving here.
we were thinking so old school. We didn't think thought
Roberto.
to mention.
No.
We didn't thought to mention Hunter Renfro.
No.
Or even thought to mention.
Well, just because you rack your brain, because there's so many players, and then you go through. It's like, all right, all the big name guys. Well, they mostly play for this team, and then you just have to keep going down the list. But like I said, we're gonna do these every single show until they pretty much stop making them. But like I said, doing good, fellas. We'll keep it up. Do another one on Saturday. But let's keep moving here. Baseball talk. As we know, trade deadline was today. Simple question. Frankie, we're going to start with you. Did the Texas Rangers, did they win the trade deadline, do you feel?
Oh, absolutely. I think the Rangers won this. No even thought about it. If anybody thinks that the Rangers lost, it's absolutely silly. You get a real ace player. Yes, he's old, but Max Scherzer is a really good ace player. He's a dominant player. And you get him on the cheap. Not only are you not
paying for him.
Exactly. You're not paying much for him. You got the Mets that are paying the majority of his contract, and yet you only give up one prospect in the minor leagues for an ace player. One person. That's it. For Max Scherzer. That's insane. Absolutely, the Rangers won this. If you look at their lineup, not even just this year, but next year as well, with getting Jacob deGrom back, and hopefully Eovaldi comes back feeling better from whatever he's dealing with. I know he's on the IL, 15-day IL or something like that, who should be coming back soon. But when you look at this starting three alone, like I said, with deGrom, Scherzer, and Eovaldi, that's a dominant 1, 2, 3 right there. And also adding Jordan Montgomery. I'm not a big fan of Jordan Montgomery from his time in the Yankees and his time in St. Louis. But as a career ERA, he's not even at a 4. He's at a 3.5 something. So, I mean, that's something out of a career for Jordan Montgomery. So you got a good, solid 4 lineup right there for your starting pitching rotation. Absolutely, the Rangers won this.
Jay, do you think your AL West rivals, they won the trade deadline?
Yeah, and I don't want to knock Frankie in any way, shape, or form. They brought in Max Scherzer. He's got a 3.15 ERA. He's 38 years old. Will he stay healthy? Who knows? They brought in Jordan Montgomery and Chris Stratton. Again, if you look at their ERAs, we're looking at and if Frankie tells you that Jordan Montgomery is the winner of the draft, and he's not going to tell you that because he's going to tell you he's complete trash. So let's go ahead and say that Montgomery is trash. Stratton's ERA is about the same as Montgomery as a reliever. So let's go ahead and say he's trash. So you got 2 trash guys that they brought in outside of Scherzer. Scherzer's got 3.15. They gave up nothing for him. We gave up nothing for Verlander, and Verlander just came off a Cy Young career. And he's got roughly maybe just a tad bit above that, about 3.6, 3.7 ERA. So if you want to say that, let's say that. We brought in Graveman, who I think is a pretty decent middle relief to late relief guy. Nathan Eovaldi is on the IL with the forearm stripper. So they got a bunch of rental guys. They got a guy on the IL. If you think that's winning free agency, well, shit. I
don't understand.
Hold on now. I didn't say nothing. I'll let you say everything you had to say. I didn't say nothing. I just want to say I'm going to wrap this up. If you think that's winning free agency, well, shit. I guess your standards aren't that fucking high. Hold on now.
Jay,
hold on. Can I finish my statement, please? Can I just finish my statement? If you think that's winning free agency, well, shit. I guess they won free agency. They gave up an infielder that is pretty nice in Sagassi. They gave up a right-hander. They gave up a left-hander. They gave up 2 pitchers and an infielder, whereas we gave up what? Gilbert, who's about a 75 guy, and we gave up Clifford. This dude's so low in our farm system, I didn't even know who the fuck he was.
Hey, Jay.
And we didn't know who the dang he was, or the fridge, or the fudge. We didn't even know who the fudge he was. And you think you won free agency. Okay.
So you're saying the Rangers did not win, the Astros won. Is that correct?
I'm telling you this. The Rangers did not win free agency. I'm telling the Astros added versus subtract. So, yes, if you want to know the truth, the Astros beat the Rangers. If we're talking about these two specific clubs, the Astros beat the Rangers in free agency without a shadow of a doubt. Hands down, bar none. Yes, we beat them.
All right. Well,
I
there
hope
we
to
go.
God that the two prospects.
Of course you hope to God.
Listen,
Of course you hope to God. Hope, and hope away. I hope you pray every day and you put some rosary beads at the end of that shit because, yeah, that's exactly what I think.
All right.
I got two things to say to Jay before I finish. One,
Go ahead.
watch your language, bro. You've been cursing nonstop, and we've been trying to tell you. Two,
I'm sorry. You're right.
Two.
I have been. I apologize. You're right.
Oh, hey,
Two.
Billy said you get a 2-minute timeout.
two, don't interrupt me when I'm saying something. All right? I gave you your piece. I stood quiet. I even stood quiet when you interrupted me. Don't do it again. Got it?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. I got it. Yes, sir.
I for one pray to God that when these two prospects come up, they show you guys wrong. I hope you look back on it and say, God, why did we trade these two away? Man, we could have had them and couldn't call them up at the right time. Instead, you went and you traded a guy that you didn't sign, you didn't resign, and is 42 years old. And I'm pretty sure it was like 2 days ago that you were talking trash on this guy.
No, I actually, Gilbert. Hold on. If you say I'm talking trash on somebody, I got to stop it. Gilbert, I've never talked anything about Gilbert.
Verlander. We didn't know who Gilbert was before today.
You were talking.
I know who Gilbert was, but I never talked trash on Gilbert. I've never talked trash on Verlander, other than I felt like the Mets overpaid for him, and the fact that the Mets are carrying most of the pay and we get less of the pay. Yeah, I'm going to stay by exactly with what I said because it exactly aligns. We got Verlander back for nothing, and we gave up nothing because we're here to win it now, not later, possibly if later even exists. So let's keep it real.
We're just going to move on because at this point I feel like Logan it's not going to get into Jay's head. It's really not. He's going to do everything he can to defend it.
Let's just do a basic trade deadline recap. Frankie, do you want to talk about what Yankees got? You only got, one or two players?
We got two players,
two
pitchers, one from the White Sox and one from the Texas Rangers. You're welcome, Jay. Yes, we took a picture from the Texas Ranger, so you guys don't have to worry about that picture we took away.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Both bullpen arms. I already forgot the names, honestly, and they just pulled up on the TV of the Yankee screen right now.
Kenyon Middleton, I believe.
Yeah, Kenyon Middleton from the White Sox, whose ERA is close to a 4, bullpen arm. And then the other guy, we got the other guy from Texas. We didn't even give up anything for him. Only thing we gave up was Spencer Howard. We gave up for cash. That's all we did. We gave the Texas Rangers cash. But
can't beat that.
But other than that, perfect job, Brian Cashman. Yeah, we were real terrible in the bullpen. We needed extra arms. Yeah, because our hitting is doing fantastic.
Hey,
good job.
Hey, what did I tell you the other day, Frankie? And this wasn't really a slight. I said the Bronx Bombers is the Bronx bullpen this year. Because last year the big issue was the bullpen and not the hitting, and this year it flipped. Now for whatever reason you guys can't score runs. But you got a great bullpen. You have one of the top 5 ERAs in the league.
Yeah, but we need extra arms, Logan. So our hitting is doing fantastic. That's what saying.
And let me just say, man, I am shocked that Josh Donaldson is still on your team. Because I know you've been wanting him gone for a long time. But
I've been wanting everyone gone except for Judge, Volpe, and Garrett Cole.
Yeah, everyone else can.
At this point, I might as well say Carlos Rodon too, because we got him for 6 years. So
I'm about to say, I forgot, and he's only been here for half a season.
I'll be honest, hey Logan, I only got about 2 seconds to say on this subject matter.
Yeah.
We took in Verlander, and I'm not mad. I'm okay with the Verlander taken in, but it wasn't exactly the one that I wanted the Astros to take in. The hidden gem in MLB free agency for me, and I'm going to say it again, it's Lane Thomas, and I told this on Frankie's show earlier today. He's 27 years old. He's locked into 2025. He can play left, right, and center. This guy is a versatile outfielder that can play all 3 positions. That gives you a 1.054 OPS, which is exactly what the Astros need for their offense. He's under contract, like I said, 2025. He's 27. He can play, like I said, multiple positions. Again, he's played I don't know a crap ton of games. He's got 450 plate appearances, 16 home runs since June. 16 home runs since June. 12 stolen bases, a 286 average, a 333 on base percentage, and a 474 slugging. If the Astros don't think they need that at left field to relieve Alvarez, go play the DH and put this guy in left field and let him carry the load. I don't know what we're doing.
So again,
I'm not mad at the Verlander pitching thing. I'm not mad at that at all. I feel like we got him for free. But at the same time, the position we really needed was Lane Thomas at that young age, at that 2025 contract.
And he stayed put out in Washington. He did not get traded. So, Jay, if you want him, you're going to have to try and get him in the offseason.
Exactly. That's my point. We got to go the freaking offseason out this point.
And just some other moves around the league that happened today. The Phillies picked up Michael Lorenzen, who's the lone all-star for the Tigers this year, I believe. The Orioles, they also bolstered their starting rotation, picked up Jack Flaherty from the struggling St. Louis Cardinals.
Right before they play the Astros, too. Ooh.
Let's see. The Marlins, they beefed up their lineup, got Jake Berger from the Chicago White Sox, and they got Josh Bell from the Cleveland Guardians. So they got some power bats in their lineup. They've been looking for that. Diamondbacks got Tommy Pham from the New York Mets. They continued their quote-unquote not a fire sale, even though they got rid of half their roster, it felt like. They traded Scherzer, Verlander, we all know. Got rid of Robertson last week. They got rid of Canna. He went to Milwaukee. So, they just blew through their entire lineup. And then their one here, let's see. Blue Jays got Paul DeJong due to Bo Bichette getting hurt last night. Not going to be anything major. I think it was just like his knee was sore or something like that. But just to, help give him some relief. And, hey, Rich Hill, been around the league forever. I think he's going to like his 15th team now. Him and G-Man Choi going to the Padres from the Pirates. So that's a good bit of your trade deadline recap. All in all, I think it was pretty good. Had some big moves, had some smaller moves. All of our teams made some moves in some sort of capacity. But, hey, like I said, our trade deadline's in the books, and we'll see how this will propel our teams going into October. I'm going to switch it to football here. This is going to be our final topic of the night. Jonathan Taylor. This came out of seemingly nowhere. He's requested a trade. Had a meeting with Jim Irsay the other night. We have no idea what was said, but we just know that coming out of said meeting that Taylor no longer wants to be with Indianapolis. Irsay came back pretty much saying, hey, we don't need him. He gave some insane quote of if the world ends tomorrow, then no one was going to remember the Colts or something like that. So the real question is, Indianapolis is in a tricky situation. They just picked up who's Anthony Richardson. They drafted him this past year as their hopeful star quarterback. And you have Jonathan Taylor, who people say is one of the best running backs in the league. When he is on the field and doing his thing. So they've said they're not going to trade him, but we've seen people say that. We've seen teams say that in the past, say we're not going to trade you. And then sure enough, if they get a nice package enough for him, if they get enough prospects or draft picks, they will. So simple question. Frankie, I'll start with you. Does Jonathan Taylor get traded from Indy? And Frankie, you are muted, by the way. All right. Well, while we wait for Frankie to get back, Jay, we'll kick it over to you. What do you think, man? Is Jonathan Taylor going to be gone?
Yeah, look, Jim Irsay is correct. If he died tomorrow and Jonathan Taylor was out of the league would carry on. Well, you're right. If you die tomorrow and Jonathan Taylor's out the league, you're right. The league will carry on. You weren't wrong with what you said. As a matter of fact, what you said was pretty much absolutely correct. With that having been said, look, guys, the contract by the CBA was put out that the running backs were worth about $10 million. That's it. You can like it, you can hate it, You could throw it up in the air a million times, but the CBA, which means the players and the owners and the league, all came to an agreement that this is what each position is worth. And now all of a sudden, the running backs want to renegotiate their position, which they have absolute right to do. If you're going to renegotiate, then all the running backs should go on strike and strike for what you think you're worth. If you don't want to strike, shut up, deal with the fact that the best you're ever going to get in the NFL at the top of your position is $10 million. Now, you could argue, well, Nick Chubb got $11 million. Well, you know what? Nick Chubb is number one at his position. Number one. And he got $11 million. What does that tell you? That the number one guy at his position only gets $1 million above what the franchise tag is? Let that sink in for a minute. The number one guy at his position gets $11 million, and the franchise tag is 10.1. That means he got $900,000 above the franchise tag. You don't like it? Boo. Freaking Logan, for you, freaking Hugh.
All right.
You don't like it. Okay, and what?
Frankie, are you there? Are you there, my friend?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. Jonathan, do you think Jonathan Taylor gets traded?
So Jonathan Taylor goes off for 38, 41 yards, 33 touchdowns for a career, 5.1 yards per carry, which, by the way, James Cook went for 5.7, which is better than you, Jonathan. And all of a sudden, you think you want to get better. Miles Sanders took an average annual value at $6.4 million with Carolina. Irsay said exactly what is true. You negotiated it with your CBA, and now all of a sudden you don't like it and you want to renegotiate. Well, renegotiate. I understand that Jonathan Taylor is the most valuable offensive asset that Indianapolis has. But by that standard doesn't mean that all of a sudden you can renegotiate with the CBA. Your union already negotiated before you. And all of a sudden you think you deserve better. And you're not even number one at your position. That's Nick Chubb. And you want more than Nick Chubb or equal to Nick Chubb? No. Take what they give you and be happy with it. That's what you negotiated. Frankie?
Yeah, I don't think Nick Chubb is number one in his position. That's honestly Christian McCaffrey, but I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
For another day.
Yeah, that's a whole nother segment for another day. But honestly, I like Jonathan Taylor. I respect him. If he feels that he needs to go to another team, go to another team. I mean, you're not going to win with the Indianapolis Colts, not anytime soon. And I Jonathan Taylor's a good player, but we haven't seen much of Jonathan Taylor just yet. We've seen that one good year he had, and that was it. So I mean, if I'm Jonathan Taylor, you got to show out another year, right? What you got to do with the Colts, there's the thing called the trade deadline. So you got another chance there to try and get traded. If not, you have to ride it out and show the rest of the league, like, listen, I'm still that guy, that can do what I do best at this position. And then hopefully by then next year in the offseason, you can get picked up from another team and for better money and for a longer year. So I think that's what's going to happen with Jonathan Taylor. Right now, like I said, it's best for him to just stay in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like you mentioned, Frankie, probably won't happen now. Like I said, maybe at the trade deadline, something big. Even though, honestly, though, in the NFL, we don't see nearly a whole lot of major moves at the trade deadline. We see, here and there, but in terms of other leagues, baseball, basketball, NFL kind of pales in comparison. But who knows? Maybe this year we'll buck that trend, and we'll see if Jonathan Taylor will be on the move or not. So final thoughts, Jay. What you got to say to wrap things up tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Christian McCaffrey, number one at the position, should be a topic that we talk about on Saturday. I think number two, that the comments that Aaron Rodgers made towards about Nathaniel Hackett and Sean Payton, we should talk about And I think we will on Saturday. So those are two things I look forward to talk about on Saturday, as well as our close to home segment about the Astros, Yankees, Braves, whoever comes on and wants to talk about their team. Those are definitely some things to look forward to Saturday. Other than that, I look forward to some great baseball tonight, which I'm looking forward to. I think everybody's looking forward to. What will the Rangers do? Will the Rangers beat the White Sox and keep a hold of the first place spot? Will the Astros win? Will the Angels lose? Will the Astros come on? Will we claim the spot in the West? I think there's a lot of things that we're going to find out tonight, amongst other things. And I look forward to Saturday's show, when I think we're going to talk about some really cool things. I don't know how long the show will be, but absolutely, I think the show is going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I hope Frankie is there. I love Frankie to death. He knows I want him there. And Logan, you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. And we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun. And if you want to hang out with us, come join us at 12 Central and 1 Eastern right here, right now.
All right, Frankie, what you got to say before we wrap things up on this Tuesday night?
I'm really happy to be a Yankee fan right now. I'm just riding out the season. I'm really happy. As you can see below my name, I'm really hoping that Brian Cashman gets. I really hope that Brian Cashman gets fired, like my name says.
Hey, Frankie, you've been saying that for like 3 years now.
I really have. I've been saying a lot of things, and it has been happening. I don't know what's going on, but it's whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, I ride behind my team through the struggles and through the hypeness. You can get me off solo. This isn't my close to home segment. Don't try and get me.
I got you. I just had to show the name.
Yeah,
what's going on, Damien?
Yeah, but like Jay said, man, we're gonna have a good show for you the rest of the week. If you guys really think about it, two of those shows for the rest of the week is Yankee versus Astros. Thursday night, Yankees versus Astros. Saturday, Yankee versus Astros. So you definitely don't want to miss that out. Like,
no.
It can either be Jay is sad for me, or it can be that Frankie is surprisingly wondering why the Yankees are winning. I don't know. We'll find out.
You got to tune in. That's the main thing.
Hey, I didn't even bring that up, but Frank, I'm glad you said that, man, because I just hope that no matter what happens that the next week or two, that me and you are still brothers from another mother, and I'm still the uncle to your children.
At this point, like I said, I threw in the flag. I'm waiting for the season to end. I'm waiting for football to start. My next series and hypeness for the Yankees and Astros is going to be at the start of next year, where anything can happen at the start of it. You can't be mad. You can't be mad, and you can't be happy. So I'm waiting for that.
And Logan,
that's it, man.
After all this, to answer Damien, I don't know, man. I think we should do SummerSlam. I'll leave it up to you guys.
I would say, Damien, I'll just say this: check our socials. We'll talk behind the scenes, figure it out, and see if we're going to be available at that time or not. See who all we can get on. So check us out. We'll leave a thing on our Facebook and YouTube. I know because you just follow us on YouTube. We'll put something on there in our discussion board. So just check that out, and we'll figure it out there in the next day or so. And we'll let you and the rest of the fans know if we are going to be doing something for SummerSlam. It's a good lineup though. It's a good lineup. Might talk a little bit about that. We haven't talked about wrestling here in a little bit on the show. Might bring that up on the next episode, but. Overall, guys, great episode tonight. Great work. Once again, check us out. All of our social medias, Facebook, Unscripted Guys on Twitter at Twitter or X.com, whatever it's called now. And then Unscripted Sports on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Jay, you have one more thing you had to say?
Hey, just one more thing. Make sure you guys are checking us out on our Unscripted Facebook page. Stat Guy is putting out some really, really good articles. On our Facebook page, so make sure you check out Stat Guy. He's got another upcoming article, as you can see, our number 6 article on our Facebook page. So check out our Facebook page. I promise, if you check out our Facebook page, we put out a lot of really good content out over that Facebook page, as well as Twitter with Frankie, TikTok with Logan, and and Threads. I believe Dustin's heading up our Threads.
Yep.
So check us out, man. We got a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yes, we do. Well, hey, fellas, appreciate you talking some sports with me tonight. It's been a pleasure, as always. Let's get Jay McLovin, Frankie the Yankee. I've been your host and producer tonight, Logan Landers. Enjoy your night, everyone, and we'll talk to you again on another live episode of Unscripted. Talk to you later.